This is a very cool coin, and when they say random year and mint, that's not actually true, as is often the case. It's a very specific year, either 1951 or 1952. Okay. Because those are the only 2 years they were made. This is a silver commemorative $half made by the United States to commemorate George Washington Carver. A famous black American who made incredible contributions to American agriculture, particularly for southern crops, sweet potatoes and cotton and so on. But those things are very well documented. I'm reading this as a numismatic standpoint, from a different perspective. I've never sold this coin before here on HSN, because I've never had enough. You can always find, I can always find 10 or 15 or 20, but you know, that's not enough for us to sell here. Yeah. And here's why. It's the only coin ever made by the United States with a full map of the United States that actually says USA right on the coin. Yeah. There's no other coin made by the United States government that's got the full United States map that you see right there, and then the actual words USA with the map and USA on the coin. No other coin of all of the different coin types, the thousands and thousands of different coins that the United States government has made over the years, one only actually has USA and the United States map that you see right there. And of course, this is done in solid silver. Wow. It's an original coin, 1951, 1952. They made them over 2 years. The United States has got a long history, a very long history of commemorative $half. Starting in 1892 with the Columbian Exposition dollar, and then they went well on up into the 50s and then kind of stopped. Then we started doing commemorative dollars again, and that was 1982. But this is the original coin, and as you can see, it's original uncirculated condition as well. So that's what you've got right there. So it's an original uncirculated solid silver George Washington Carver commemorative $half, with the reverse, of course, being totally and completely unique in the history of United States numismatics. Like I said, the only one where you can see the entire map of the United States broken out by state. If you look at it, all the state outlines are in there. Yeah. That is absolutely unique in American coinage. And then with the USA right across the map as you see it right there. So a very unique thing. How unique? Once again, I've been here for the better part of 2 decades now. This is the very first time that I have had enough of these coins to actually sell on the air. And like I said, particularly when you see them in original, brilliant, uncirculated condition that you have right here. We have no primetime show tonight, so we were able to do this. This is, of course, the only airing today of this incredible coin. Look at that spectacular coin. You also have, it's not only George Washington Carver, but right behind there is Booker T. Washington as well. So very, very poignant from a historic and commemorative aspect from there, from 1951, 1952. But then, of course, the reverse with the only United States coin that actually has a map of the United States on the coin itself, and then the incredible USA emblazoned right across that. Just does not, we've just never done that before nor since. That's right. And like I said, all in incredible, original, brilliant, uncirculated. This coin is 65 years old.
And we don't even typically see many coins with multiple people on the coin.
Right, correct.
There's only, you know, I can just think of maybe a couple here and there, but you're looking at this one and brand new, first time that we've seen this on, you're the first to be able to get it. And I'm glad that Mike was, you know, just letting us know the fact that in the past, we haven't been able to bring this because we just flat out didn't have enough. And